Today we're taking this basic faux leather jacket and completely transforming it. In this video, you're going to learn how to pick the perfect prints, make custom patches that actually fit your piece, glue them down properly, and hand sew onto faux leather like a pro. Every single step is time-stamped in the description below. First things first, let's see what fabrics we're working with. For patches, I always dig through my scrap bin. I've got this animal print that'll be our base, plus 2 floral options. Though honestly, I haven't decided which one's going to win yet. I started cutting the first floral, and here's a pro tip I learned the hard way. When you're working with flower prints, look for bigger blooms that are clustered together, like this one. Way less work, and in my opinion, much cleaner result. Tiny scattered flowers mean tiny scattered cutting, and nobody has time for that. Time to see which vibe speaks to me. Each flower gives off such different energy. The one I just cut feels more muted, romantic, boho. The other one with those brighter colors is definitely leaning more eclectic. Still can't decide, so I'm gonna cut out some roses from this other print just to see. Here's the thing about starting a creative project. Having everything 100% planned out is basically impossible. It's all trial and error, just like any creative process. And not to spoil anything, but you're about to see me mess up a lot. Hopefully my clumsiness saves you some headaches. Okay, decision made. Going with the brighter colors, it's just more interesting. The muted one was pretty, but pretty doesn't always mean memorable. Now I'm grabbing my precision knife. Not all fabrics love this cutting method, but since this one's mostly polyester, way easier than scissors on all these curves. You can really get into those petal shapes without your hand cramping up. For the straighter, more predictable parts, I went back to scissors. Then I had one of those ideas that sounds smart for exactly 3 seconds. Spoiler, it wasn't. Decided to seal the rose edges with a lighter. Completely unnecessary, the fabric wasn't fraying at all, but I get curious, guys, I have to know. Anyways, do not try this at home, seriously. And right about here is when that curiosity backfired, pun intended. There, almost normal. Luckily, by cutting away the burnt part, it looked like nothing had ever happened. These are my flower patches, ready to go. Next step. You might have noticed the jacket's lining is actually animal print too, which is why I think this outer print is going to work perfectly, even though the tones are different. It's like an echo of the inside coming out. Very satisfying when things coordinate without trying too hard. Starting with the back. I'm using pins to hold the fabric in place before cutting. Honestly, I'm not sure if there's a better way to do this. I want it to follow the jacket's shape as closely as possible. This is just my method. If you really want to go the extra mile, you could cover the whole surface with masking tape, mark it with a pen, then cut, basically making a pattern. In retrospect, and considering what happens later, maybe I should have done exactly that. Once I've cut roughly where I need to, I fold it and even out the edges so both sides match perfectly. Now the front panel. Same process as the back, pinning and cutting along the edge. Pro tip. Cut slightly outside where you think you need to. You can always trim excess as you're sewing. And right here is where I make mistake number 2. Remember when I finished cutting that back panel a minute ago? Well, I grabbed the already cut back panel to cut the front panel. The shape is right there, obvious, impossible to miss. Yet, somehow I didn't notice until I finished and flipped the jacket over. So yeah, here I am, once again, cutting the back panel. All right, let's actually attach these patches now. I'm using fabric glue, which, spoiler alert, doesn't work great on faux leather. The whole point of gluing first is to make sewing easier later. Keep the fabric from shifting around while you're trying to stitch. In theory, it's smart. In practice, with this glue on this material, it's questionable. I do have stronger glue that I've used in other tutorials, stuff that would have permanently bonded this, the kind that actually works on tricky materials. But apparently today was my first day on Earth. My head was literally anywhere but here. I'll link the actually good glue below, the one that works on faux leather, real leather, metal, plastic. Grab that one instead. If this is your first video of mine, I should mention, they're not usually this chaotic. Don't let this scare you off. Subscribe, seriously. Most of the time I actually know what I'm doing and share solid tips. I've got great ideas, I promise. This was just a perfect storm of bad decisions. Let it dry for a couple hours and look guys, it's barely holding. I had to secure it with pins anyway. At this point I was ready to abandon this cursed tutorial and move on to something else, but nope. Destiny had one more error waiting for me. To attach the patches, I'm using a regular needle and regular thread. Here I'm starting the stitches, hand underneath, so I don't accidentally sew the jacket lining. That was the plan anyway. The moment I moved my hand, you're not going to believe this. I sewed the front lining to the back lining through the jacket, closed it up like a sleeping bag, just beautiful. Swear to you, I've never had this many screw-ups in one single tutorial in my entire life. So, I unpicked it and re-sewed, being extremely, extremely careful this time. Slow and steady, checking every stitch. At this point, I decided to try a different stitch, which honestly looks way better. Creates this cleaner, almost decorative edge. And finally, we can see some actual progress. After all that work, I genuinely love how the mixed prints look together and how the flowers are placed. Something actually went right. The universe decided I'd earned a small win. Now we gotta fix this mess on the shoulders. Not the end of the world, but definitely not leaving it looking this sloppy. I'm using this fabric that looks like faux leather, but it's way thinner and more flexible. Perfect for patching over mistakes, which is exactly what we're doing here. First, I'm measuring roughly what I need to cover, mark it, and cut 2 identical pieces. Ideally, you'd make one of those shoulder pads that look incredible, structured, tailored, very designer, but I'm 1 stitch away from losing my mind with this customization, so I'm keeping it simple, just covering the damage, moving on. If you're feeling it though, go for it. Yours would look fantastic. Pinning in place and sewing with that same stitch from before. Consistency is key for making it look intentional.